Yo, what is going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown Your Questions, episode 356. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and tonight I am joined by Emilio Lopez.
What's up, people? How's it going?
Chris Seeley.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Carlos Romero.
Yo, yo, yo.
And Brian Manjoma.
Yo, 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 yo.
We are back in the house, man. Brett will show up when he shows up, and Adam, we probably won't get him tonight. He was having some issues.
Yeah.
The nuke. The nuke, you know? All right, I don't really have anything to fluff up. I think we just get right into it. Not a lot of questions tonight, so, and no Brett here. This may be a short show.
Oh.
You know?
No Brett or Adam.
No Brett or Adam? Oh, yeah, you already know, man.
We'll just have to talk slow.
Yeah, we'll have to talk. Yeah, we'll just have to. Just add more words. You know.
I'm gonna have to come up with like 20 Adam impressions this episode.
You know,
We're
gonna get Brian to talk this time. I made him say shit last episode.
we gotta pull up the source and get those $20 words out too.
Well, but Brian spent the whole last show looking at his crypto wallet going.
You know. By the way, I've been considering not the crypto, but getting into stonks, man. So I'm gonna have to hit you guys up afterwards. You know.
Oh shit.
You know, I'm over like, give me that money. You know what I'm saying?
Here's the question: is it too late to jump in on that? Like, I mean, I feel like anybody who's jumped on after the fact is going,
speak of the
prodigal son returns.
Well, no, I'm not trying to make a quick buck. I think because I'm thinking long term. Like, yo, if I start like good investing now, like 20 years, 25 years from now, when I'm ready to retire, I should have a good chunk of change. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's definitely 41 is a time to start thinking about that.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Hey, Tony.
Hey, Brett.
Old people talk.
Hey, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, you guys are gonna just get it because again, we did a lot of questions this week. So Brett, I was just talking about how I'm considering getting into some stonks, man.
Dude, do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, are we live?
Yes, we're live. We are live,
Okay,
baby.
cool. Well, this goes for everybody. This is one of those things, recent tricks that I just found out about. It's apparently rich white people money tricks.
Okay.
So, PSA, if you guys start a retirement account, Roth IRA, I know this is boring as shit, your first $6,000 to $8,000 you put in every year is a fucking tax write-off.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's 6,000 per year. There's a limit, 6,000 a year.
Okay, that's what I thought. Somebody today was trying to tell me 8, but yeah.
Yeah, until you're 59 and a half, you can take that money out tax free.
I'm being told my mic doesn't sound right.
Uh-oh.
You
You
sound right
fine.
over here.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Yeah, let me see.
So,
Yeah,
Let me
let's
hear the
put on,
playback.
Yeah.
No, you sound good.
All right, somebody's saying
sound
I sound muffled. I'm like, hold on, everything looks fine here. You guys have to see a little taste of Windows 11 when the sound pop-up screen happened. But yeah, no, again, we're not going to get into old man shit because most of our audience is not our age, you know.
No,
Bro, I was just, hold on, bro. I'm going to be like retiring in like 25 years. So I should probably invest my money well. I'm not trying to make $1 million fucking dollars. I'm like, well, start now so when I'm ready to retire, I can have a good, amount to live off of, you know.
Yo, man, this is something I wish somebody had told me back when I was younger.
Yeah.
Because basically it's like, hey, instead of paying taxes, put that money into a savings account. You're like, wait, fuck, you can do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, or in this case, instead of just leaving it in a regular savings account, just put it into the stock market, and again, not doing anything stupid crazy. Because the thing is, on general, in case like the market crashes, like you're gonna see good returns, over time.
Well, dude, even if it doesn't change at all, like, do you want to pay taxes, or would you rather put that money into an account?
Well, I don't want to be like Wesley
Honestly,
Snipes,
You're gonna choose. So yeah, man, like.
His tax evasion is nowhere. You're not going to go to jail like he is. Like
Well,
he
that's the
was
thing.
when he goes to tax evasion.
That's not tax evasion. That's just apparently how folks get rich.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Brett, I don't know if I told you this, dude. So I got my first check, working at Tom's Guy. When I saw the amount of taxes they fucking take out, I'm like, bro, shit. Manny warned me. Manny warned me.
Man.
Yeah. That shit is brutal.
I mean, me, Chris, and Adam could tell you some fucking stories. You see that initial amount that you're gonna be making, like, oh shit, I'm gonna be rolling the dough.
Yeah.
And then then after that, all of that shit gets taken away. And let's also mention that if you work in another state, the state that you live in also takes money out of your account. So when I was rolling up to New York from Pennsylvania, working on Contra, I was paying city tax,
Man.
New York City tax, state tax, New York, and then I was also paying Pennsylvania.
That shit is wild.
My town. So
yeah, much better to buy stonks and game companies and then sell them off when you get pissed at them.
By the way,
you want me to change the metric that's going to matter to you? Fine, fucking sell all these bitches. I'll buy them back when you do good.
one of my worst performing assets is fucking Nintendo, man.
Dump them, man. Fuck them. You know.
Yo, Tony, I was working in the boroughs, and I got taxes. I got taxes taken off, Texas city taxes, state taxes, and then when I asked, I was like, "You got a layaway plan?"
Yeah, you got a layaway plan. All right. But either way, even with the money you're taking, I'm still making way more than I was freelancing. But it's like, God damn, you motherfuckers.
The only good thing about a lot of that is that all of that shit's already being taken out of your check.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So at the end of the year, when you file, you get that money back. So at least you get that. Unlike with freelance, where you literally get that friggin' hit in the face with the freelance tax.
Yeah, and at least for me, like I gotta set a whole day aside just to do all that calculation shit. You know, it's like, bruh,
I haven't been so busy. I still haven't gotten to my stuff. Again, old man talk.
Yeah, no, you guys are getting financial advice right now, man, because we ain't got nothing to talk about tonight. But no, by the way, Manny, I'm gonna have both of those worlds. So, because for the first 9 months of the year, I was freelancing. Then the last 3 months is gonna be, the job. So it's gonna be interesting. So I still got to do the crazy calculations of fucking what are those Chinese things they use? Fucking abacus. I got to use that shit.
Here's the thing. Like the thing that nobody ever whenever you're young. You want to talk about preparing yourself for the future. There is nothing, any class or anything like that ever talks about properly doing your taxes. I had to fuck up my taxes like a shitload of times in order till I got it right.
Dude, I'm convinced that's on purpose. Like tinfoil hat. Seriously, they don't want everybody to know how to skirt taxes. Just rich people. If they taught it to everybody, the whole system would go belly up.
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to skirt nothing. I just don't want to go to jail.
No, that's the thing. No, that's the thing. I'm not talking about illegal skirting. I'm talking about there is a whole second set of rules that they don't fucking teach you. They just don't teach you, and they're the things that make you fucking save money at the end of your life.
Yeah.
Like, I wish somebody would have talked to me about how much throwing away rent was versus fucking buying a house. Like, I thought we had to buy a house, man. Like, you had to sit on it for a certain number of years, and there was all this other shit. Be like, no, man. It's just instead of putting rent in somebody else's pocket, you're basically putting it into a giant piggy bank that you fucking live in. I'm like, holy fuck, man. Do you know how much money Jesus Christ. Like, there's a whole second set of, and that shit, a lot of it is fucking tax deductible. So you're like, okay, so instead of paying taxes, I'm gonna put my money into this house and not pay taxes on it, but I still get the money when I sell the house. If there's a whole different set of rules that people who make money, like make real fucking money, these are the rules they subscribe to. And so I can only think, man, there's a reason they don't tell everybody this shit.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank everybody for this episode of the Financial Down.
Yeah. By the way, the guys in the chat are loving this. Believe it or not, they're like, "Yeah, this is great."
I think a lot of the people in the chat are kind of our age.
Yeah, they're because our demographics. It's kind of funny. Our demographics haven't changed since the day we started. It's usually between 25 and 34. But that is the time when you should be thinking about this shit.
Yeah.
So keep that in consideration, man. Anyway, let's get on to the video gaming. Actually, I didn't even do we've been talking this entire time. I didn't do no Chirons or nothing, man.
Chiron.
Let me get this up. Yeah, we're gonna be talking about some DC fandom stuff, the video game stuff. We're not gonna talk. We were asked about the movie trailers. Like, we're good. You
ain't gonna talk about no comics. You just so happen to have a comic creator just so happen to be on this show.
Oh no, we will be talking about comic book video games. All right, man.
Manny, I don't think you want us talking about anybody that employs you.
Yeah,
Yes.
Gotta be careful. All right, man. First question. Who do we have here? Logic Wins, man, who's joining us right now. What's going on, brother?
Sup,
Yo,
wins?
All right. Question is, what did you think of the new Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League? And I'm also going to throw this in here too, Logic Wins, and Gotham Knights trailers. He said, I thought Suicide Squad looked outstanding. All right. So what did we think of these trailers? Don't everybody rush me with the answers now.
I've had a busy weekend. When the fuck
Yeah.
did all these trailers drop?
Yesterday, Brett, I just saw them today because I can't talk about, but I've been doing some that you guys will know about, comic book related soon. But yeah, I guess they didn't. I don't know how to say this without sounding like mean. They weren't CG.
Yeah.
They were actually in-game trailers. They were actually in-game centers. It was like they neither showed me anything.
Gameplay.
Like
Yeah,
neither
let's see
showed
the
me
gameplay.
anything. Yeah, actually, here's the thing: they showed us gameplay of Gotham Knights. Even that was like, last year they showed us gameplay, not this year. But yeah, I don't know. I saw both of them. I can't get excited for either of them, to be honest. What about you guys?
So is quick question: is Kill the Justice League in the Arkham in the Arkham Asylum world?
I don't think so. If it is, they haven't said anything.
The logo looks the same though.
Yeah, I don't know, and it is Rocksteady, but I don't know.
Rocksteady. But
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, but one thing that doesn't match up is the fact that Deadshot is different
Yeah,
than he was originally.
yeah. So I don't. Maybe that's or it could be another Deadshot. Who knows?
Who knows?
But yeah, did anybody see these trailers? Man, you said you didn't care either, right?
I mean, I saw the Arkham, not the Arkham, the Gotham Knights, and they're doing a Cold Card of Owls deal. It just doesn't look. It looked kind of cheap. I mean, granted, the Rocksteady one looks interesting, like it's very well done. But I would like to see what the gameplay loop is for this game. I mean, we're just seeing a lot of nice, pretty looking trailers, but but I want to actually see what you're actually going to be doing in this game. Like I do get a Guardians of the Galaxy game feel from this. You know what I mean? Sort of seems very similar.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing. I want to see what you're doing.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess because this is Rocksteady, and it takes place in Metropolis. I'm gonna guess it's a giant open world Metropolis game, kind of like you had an open world Gotham game. And
I think this is the this is in the Arkham world because they show Penguin in this game, and he looks like the one from the Arkham Asylum games. He looks like he's got the bottle in his eye.
I was gonna say, yeah, does he have the bottle in his eye? Because that'll be the giveaway,
Because they do show the Penguin in the Gotham Knights game, right? And he looks totally different than he does in this trailer.
Yeah. So it's not that I'm not looking forward to it. I'm gonna play both of these games, obviously. And this is Rocksteady. I just, from what I have seen, I am not too hyped, from either of these. The Gotham Knights one, I'm even more suspect about, to be honest. I'm not suspect at all about Suicide. I am suspect about Gotham Knights. I'm like, no Batman. What's the point of this? In a Gotham game, what's the point?
I also feel like they're trying to at least for the Gotham Knights game. It just seems like they're trying to go dark, but the suits that they have in the game just don't match the aesthetic of what the world they're supposed to be in. Obviously they have the Batgirl in there, but she's got this really bright outfit, which doesn't sort of match the world that they're in.
Yeah, I mean it is comic accurate, but yeah, or comic, not comic close,
When they did, because when Rocksteady did Batman, did the Batman Arkham games, they sort of redesigned all the other characters sort of fit that same sort of aesthetic that the game within the game. Batgirl has a lot more darker colors in her suit. She's not wearing bright colors, so it's sort of everything sort of matched that world. But this one, it's it's two differing things that are sort of going against each other. And this is that's what is that WB North, WB Canada or something like that that's doing the Knights game, and then the Suicide Squad is Rocksteady.
Yeah, and then what is it again? I don't know what either game is about. Like or the gameplay,
They showed gameplay from Gotham Knights, which looked like a multiplayer sort of thing with multiple characters.
But that's what I'm saying. We did see that, but I'm like, it didn't tell me anything. Even the actual gameplay didn't tell me anything.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to think, man.
I mean, I guess the biggest thing we could say is that just, we wait till wait and see a little bit more. But right now, there's nothing that's literally tilting the needle, at least for me, on either of these.
Yeah. All right. Anybody else got to see these? Any thoughts?
I didn't see these trailers, so I don't know. All I remember was the initial thing they showed for Gotham Knights. Like, the whole idea was, like, Batman was dead.
Yeah.
And that's why Batgirl and Robin and Nightwing and all these guys team up. Even Red Hood, I guess, and they just hit the streets and trying to maintain the law. But I don't know. The initial look I saw of it, I was just kind of like, meh. So I didn't see the new stuff. And yeah, Suicide Squad I didn't see at all. The first teaser was just CG. It was just like a little cartoon.
Yeah. This one was at least in game engine, but again, no actual gameplay. Yeah. So there's not really much to say about it. I know you're hyped for it, Logic, once you said it looked outstanding, but I didn't see enough to make me say that. I can't say it looks bad either because again, not really showing me anything.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, you got to understand, like, when it comes to like when you're showing the cinematics, those are not the actual in-game models. Those are the cinematic models. There's a big difference between both of them. Whenever you're running around in the game, in most games, they have a lower resolution polygon model running around to sort of keep the game running at a specific rate. And then when the cinematics come, that's when they pop in the high res models.
Yeah.
Most games do this. Spider-Man does it, and I know you say, "Oh, hey, in photo mode you see the really detailed Spider-Man." And that's because they take the CG, the high resolution model and pop it into the game, so that you can take a really nice screenshot of the character. But otherwise, for the most part, the characters are sort of lower res versions of them.
Yeah. All right. Move on. Next question. Not really much to say there. All right. This one is from Checkzilla. That's a fun one. What are your favorite Batman games? And he also asked like another part to this, but we'll answer that next. All right, favorite Batman games. I mean, obviously the Arkham games were really good.
For me, it's the Sunsoft Nintendo game. From years ago.
The original NES game.
The original NES game.
Yeah, that one's good.
That was good.
Yeah.
I like.
Batman Returns. I've got to say Batman Returns.
Batman
in
Returns
there.
for Super Nintendo.
That's my favorite one.
And then obviously the Arkham game.
Anybody else? I mean, those are kind. I mean,
that's it. Because the in between stuff was terrible.
Yeah.
Like the PS1, PS2 Batman, like Batman Dark Tomorrow was trash.
Oh God.
Like they made a ton of trash Batman games in between there. Like there was a dark period.
What about
people like Batman and Robin? I know that.
Yeah,
right?
the Bruce Timm based games were good, but what was it? Batman Vengeance sucked. I sold that game back. I hated that game. That game was terrible.
Oh man.
I actually bought it.
Yeah, most Batman games have been pretty bad. So yeah, and then go ahead.
That's why Rocksteady was such a breath of fresh air, right?
Yeah, I was like, holy shit. Yeah. Here's the thing about the Rocksteady games. And this I'm saying this right. This is what the developer said. They said that basically, for years, what you got was Batman stuck in games that just fit a certain genre, right? Beat 'em ups mostly. And with their game, they're like, okay, what are Batman's most important attributes, and how do we incorporate that into a video game? They thought about it the other way around. Instead of going, let's stick Batman into a video game, they're like, how can we make a video game about Batman? And that's why you got all the aspects. You got the combat, you got the detective stuff, you got all the gadgets and shit, so that's why that game was so good. It really captured the spirit, and I kind of consider it like a spiritual sequel to the Bruce Timm Batman universe. It fits in there too, which is funny because a lot of the same actors were in there. So yeah, those games are fucking phenomenal. And that was actually part of his second question. He goes, "Is the Arkham Collection worth playing. I played sections of both games but never finished all of them. The collection is on sale for $11.99 in the PlayStation Store. Buy them.
Yeah,
Buy that shit. You know, fantastic. Like, not only just great Batman games, but great superhero games, great video games overall. They're fucking great, dude. Cannot go wrong, you know? But yeah.
You talk about doing justice to a lot of the characters, and
Yeah.
I feel like that is one of them that really, you know, they got the people. It was literally the perfect amalgam of all the different things that you know, from all the different sort of Batman stuff. You got the voice actors from the show that was really good. I think at least Paul Dini wrote the first Arkham Asylum game, as I remember. So you had Paul Dini, then you had most of the Batman cast working on it, and it was really it paid homage to the character, which I feel like a lot of, you know, games, at least at the time, weren't. Whenever they did comic games, they really didn't do such a good job of sort of encompassing what being that character is.
Yeah. Yeah, you felt like Batman. You really did. Mm-hmm. You know, so yeah.
Like, you think about the whole stealth aspect of it. Like, yes, Batman would do fucking stealth, right? You know?
Yeah. And they even went like a step beyond it with the stealth, because it's like, you know, if you were stealthily taking out everybody in the room, the last guy that's left in the room sees all his buddies are gone. He is shitting his pants. It is great, you know.
Yeah, like, you essentially putting fear into your enemies also was a part of the aspect of the game.
Yeah,
because the more scared they are, the more mistakes and things that they start to make.
Criminals are a superstitious and cowardly lot. All right, man, good stuff. So yeah, buy the games. All right, next up, another question from Mr. Jackzilla. Totally off topic here, or a different topic, about Back for Blood. Very simple one, because this has cost. If Adam was here, he'd go off right now. Are you able to play Back for Blood's campaign with AI companions, or do they pair you with random players online? He goes, I have Game Pass. I was just curious before I jumped in. Yes, here's the thing, because the game doesn't tell you this exactly. If you click on campaign mode, it will pair you up with online players. But if you scroll down a little bit, if you go to solo campaign, then you'll play with AI companions. Just keep in mind, if you do that, none of the progress you make will transfer over to the online. It's like kind of weird. Yeah, it's pretty bad, you know. So just keep that in mind. You know, if you want to play solo, you can. Just whatever progress you make will not transfer over if you do decide to play online, which is like such a strange decision on their part. I don't know why they did that.
I mean, if you earn things, like that's isn't that the like a lot of games have already been doing that, where, like, in other words, you make some progress within the game, and then now you can bring what you've done in your own game online with everybody else, right?
Yeah.
It's such a weird idea that everything is sort of funkily separated, and it's in a weird way.
Yeah, I mean, say what you will about Destiny. That's one of the things I liked about it. Like, my character stays the same no matter what. All that progress carries over, whether I'm playing by myself, with randoms, with you guys. It doesn't matter. But this game is like, nah, fuck it. We're walling you off. That's part of the reason why. And even like when you're playing co-op and stuff, like, your progress isn't transfers over. So that's why, like, a lot of us just said, fuck this. What's the point of playing this game? Me, Carlos, and Adam specifically were like, what's the point of this? You know? Very, very upsetting.
I have a theory. I have a theory of what we got, because we got the short end of the stick when we first played the game. Not the demo or not the beta, but when we first played the legit game.
Yeah.
And I think it all was messed up because we started playing with Brett.
Yeah.
When he was already partway through, like we assumed, because remember we started off in the ship when we had to cross the ship.
Yeah.
And that progress beforehand, we didn't have that progress.
No,
we
assumed
did not. We did because we played the beta.
Yeah.
And we played that part, but we never got through it. Like it never went through. So when we played with Brett, we essentially played ahead of the game and didn't get any of the progress. But if we started with Brett at the very beginning, we would have gotten the progress.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's so weird the way he did it, man. What happened, Brett?
Because
that's an interesting theory, man. I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, no, you might be right.
And I think it makes sense because when we were playing with Brett, we like just a shitload of achievement or trophies started popping up. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, right.
So I guess it was giving us credit for something that we technically didn't do.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good theory, though. But who knows? All right, man. Move on here. Who's next?
Oh.
Another one. No, the first one from Mob Hits. All right. Can Playground Games, the Forza Horizon people, beat Xbox's Insomniac if Fable is a massive success? So yeah, the car people are actually making Fable. I don't know. Playground Games, their portfolio doesn't seem as like well rounded as Insomniac's to be considered that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if they went off from Fable and made, I don't know, what would be the equivalent of Spider-Man, like, for them? I mean, a good prototype game. I have no idea.
Yeah.
You know, if they did a breadth of games that was different, like just make it Fable, and Microsoft's bad at this. We've talked about this before. They're gonna get relegated. They're gonna be the Fables, the new Lionhead, basically.
Yeah.
They're just gonna be told, Fable's selling, make Fable. That's all you do. Update this game, make the next game. And it would be nice if they differentiated and made different stuff, but I don't know about that. If you could compare them to Insomniac, I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
They don't have the that diversity, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not exactly sure what, like, Playground Games, what have they done other than the Forza games, right?
That's all I see when I look them up. Just Forza Horizon. You know, I thought they would have had something else, but apparently not. If I'm wrong, let me know. Or if Wikipedia's wrong, let me know. But
yeah, they've only done Forza Horizon, and then Fable is their first forte into thing. I mean, here's the thing: like, maybe they just have some untapped talent. It's like maybe but I mean, it's almost the equivalent of like the guys who make Gran Turismo deciding they're going to make make a platformer or something.
Yeah, it's odd.
How much experience? How much experience do they have in that, or do they just or is this Microsoft sort of having some good faith in them and saying, "All right, we'll let you do this franchise"? Who knows?
Yeah. Anybody have any other thoughts on this? Well, I guess. Go ahead, bro.
I mean, I guess any studio has the capability to do so. It just, well, not anybody, but the ones that are established, at least in, Playground Games has been established as being a good studio that makes good Forza Horizon games. But they need it, once Fable comes out, I guess that's when the discussion will really take place.
Yeah, but
because no one knows.
Yeah, I mean, they could become like an upper echelon type of studio, but Insomniac, because Insomniac has that history, that's the thing.
They got decades.
Yeah, they got decades. Like, these guys ain't going to touch that.
That's almost like them deciding they're going to take on a racing game.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, it's a racing game. It's, I mean, those are good, but it's good to have that in portfolio, but it's like, so you only have one racing series and then one Fable. I don't know.
It's gonna be it's on one end it's nice to see that Microsoft is essentially seeing beyond what the studios currently make, which is a good thing. But who knows if these guys are able to pull this off? That's gonna be another thing.
Yeah. I don't know. Guess we'll see. But Insomniac, no, they ain't touching them.
But also, like, we also don't know a lot of the history of some of the people that actually work there. Maybe some of these guys actually did work at Lionhead, or maybe did work on some other big franchises. That's the one thing about, like, whenever they do these sorts of things, they don't drop names, especially when it's a bunch of people that nobody's really known. But like, if you say like, okay, yeah, this guy formerly worked on these titles that I was like, oh, okay, so. Okay, it's in good hands then. So somebody's already had some experience with this.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have too much opinions on this. I guess we'll have to. Again, I've played like one Forza Horizon game, and I've never played Fable, so I don't really have strong feelings one way or another. All right. Moving on here. Oh boy. All right.
Uh-oh.
he goes. I'm just gonna read it as is. It is $50 a year, no built-in chat, friend codes. Is Nintendo's upcoming updated online service worth it? Also, a Syrian Air Force asked why didn't Nintendo get more flack for their service when Microsoft got a bunch of heat for racing Xbox Live price and PlayStation's upgrade path. Like they got a bunch of heat, then this thing comes out and people aren't giving it any shit. Chris, have you been keeping up with this? I'm actually ignorant about this. Is Nintendo raising the price of their online service? What's happening here?
There's a different tier. It was the we talked about it after the last time they streamed, the last stream event. It was Nintendo Online Plus expansion pack or something like that. So the Plus expansion pack was the access to the N64 library, I believe, and Genesis.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then they said price to be announced later. So I guess now is later.
Yeah.
Finally has come around. And I had called this when we had talked about the stream. I'm like, this is just going to be a higher tier of Nintendo Online, and you're not going to get. Of course, they weren't going to put voice chat in there or whatever. You're just going to pay. They just put a paywall to the additional stuff in their virtual library that they had before. They could have easily said, "Oh, now we're adding Genesis games and N64 games." No, they now put them behind a higher paywall, a different tier, and it's like, of course they didn't get flack because Nintendo fans are smoking crack rocks. You know, they get excited for every single update in Smash Brothers. They could have added a pen as a fighter in Smash Brothers. These guys would got excited, so they love it.
It's interesting how they just sort of accept the way things are, and they don't want to just call this stuff out as it is. I mean, what are you really offering? You know, like a lot of these games, yeah.
It's
how
like
about you
a
just
lot of these.
Go ahead.
For less money you could get the Sega Genesis collection on another system. You could get it on Xbox or PlayStation. Get that collection. You get you get some choice cuts in that collection, right? For like $20. It's usually on sale.
You get that
and
sheet.
even you could buy it on the Switch too. And the N64 games, it's like, all right, but did you need to lock it behind this obscure paywall and then call it something else? Like, you could have just either have the balls to say, hey, we're raising the price of Nintendo Online, but you're getting these things, and then the market speaks. But I think what's going to happen is they're doing this in between. They're going to keep the two tiers, and then eventually they're just going to drop the lower one. I really feel they're going to do that. They're going to force people like, oh, if you want to keep playing your online games or whatever, you got to step up to the expansion pack or plus or whatever they're going to call it. And then the other one is just going to, they're just going to get rid of it, right? And force people up there.
Also, the other thing is like, it doesn't seem like they offer anything worth getting. Like, I mean, do you really, like, I don't know. I can't say that I'm that, I love those games. Some of those games, but I mean, it's not enough for me to pay for a subscription service for that, Like, is online on Switch anything other than Splatoon?
But I mean, you're just paying for the ability to play this game online. You could do that without the paywall. They're just charging you to be able to do that. But I mean, you could say, okay, so you have Xbox Live and PS Plus, so everybody does that. So Nintendo jumped on that bandwagon and said, okay, we'll just put a paywall. But then they locked other stuff behind it. It's like, oh, you want access to these classic games? Well, they're part of this service. And then they oddly locked the purchase of some limited edition items that they sell only through their store, like that Genesis controller they're going to put out for the Switch. That is, you need a Nintendo Online. I think you need this tier of Nintendo Online to even buy it off the store, which is crazy to me, to lock the store items behind you having Nintendo Online. And it's gotten a bit crazy with them. They've taken it in another direction. I mean, I don't agree with it. I think that for what they offer you, like $20 a month was a reach, but it's fine. Like, if people think it's worth it, you play your Smash Bros or whatever. At least it's like $20, $50, and you're not getting really anything extra except access to a Sega Genesis library and an N64 library. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's worth it. Real quick, some comments here from Mr. Logic Wins. He goes, most Nintendo fans roasted them. They got ratioed on YouTube. So, got to get that out there. He says
right.
he says he believes this will be a humbling moment for Nintendo. I disagree with that last, but Nintendo's never humble about stuff, bro.
Yeah,
Nintendo, well, okay, so
Chris, go ahead.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Manny.
The usual move through Nintendo is they won't acknowledge anybody said anything, and they'll go through it with it, despite everybody essentially saying, no, we don't want this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about the ambassador program on YouTube. They did that shit. Everybody hated that shit. Everybody. You could only talk about approved games. Nintendo had to approve what you talked about. You weren't even allowed to talk about classic games. Certain classic games they wouldn't let you talk about. That shit, everybody hated it. They got roasted for well over a year before they dropped that program. Everybody, influencers, everybody hated it, and they finally got rid of it. They're not going to listen to anybody. Like, okay, so I'll give Nintendo fans credit that they roasted them, because I thought these guys just take anything.
That's what I thought too, yeah.
Oh, okay, so I'll apologize. I'll eat some crow there. That's good. That's good that they did that, because it's a bridge too far. If they hate this, then yes, Nintendo should, but they don't pay attention to that, and I guarantee they're gonna activate this shit. And if nobody speaks up, if it's not enough that you ratio the video, right? They don't care about that. They don't care if you leave nasty comments. They don't care if you make videos saying it's bullshit. They don't care about that. What you need to do is just go, well, fuck you. I'm not giving you any more money. If there's a huge unsub, if you get at least 20% of Nintendo Online subscribers to drop this because of this fucking bullshit, then they'll listen. Otherwise, they're not going to listen. They're just going to do it. And I guarantee they're going to push forward with making that the tier of Nintendo Online, and then drop the $20 one. And you have to pay $50.
I just saw the YouTube video. It's got 783,000 views, 15,000 thumbs ups, 52,000 thumbs down.
Damn!
People didn't like that.
That's good. Yeah, that's good. No. I mean that, but that will only get as far as like the marketing guys and the people who pay attention to that stuff will report that in, and they'll ignore it.
Oh, Chris, by the way, I have a Nintendo Online subscription. Mm-hmm. I have it because it's $20 and it's like whatever. Mm-hmm. I'm canceling that shit. I'm gonna be in protest.
Yeah,
fuck it.
Absolutely. That's what people need to do. The ratios don't matter, because believe me, like if you'll think like, yeah, Nintendo will pay attention to that. A segment will. The guys in Redwood City, they'll look at that and they'll make a report and they'll present it to the exact. And when that goes to Japan, they'll throw that right in the trash. They won't care. But if you go like Carlos is saying and whatever, if you do that, if you go, well, fuck Nintendo Online, if you're going to do this bullshit and I can't play certain shit and segregated between an extra paywall, and you just cancel what you have now, and enough people do that, they'll pay attention to that. Guaranteed.
Yeah, that they will.
Hurt them with their wallets, as we always say.
Nope.
That ain't the only thing I'm selling this week.
Oh, that's it.
Is that an advertisement for what's going on?
Oh no! This has to do with Nintendo.
Yo, Carlos, that stinks. Get rid of it, man.
Oh, these kind of moves don't help them with investors. It just obviously
investors like Carlos. Yeah,
right?
Bowser's like, Carlos Romero just dumped the shop. Oh my god, what's going on?
What are we gonna do? I invested in them because Nintendo has been part of my life since literally the day I was born.
Yeah.
And I kind of have a soft spot for Nintendo, but man, when it comes to money, man, they ain't helping me. So they're and Chris talks about this all the time. It's like Nintendo is a toy company trying to disguise himself as as a software company or hardware company. They make toys, and that's how their fan base, a lot of the fan base acts. They act like little kids that play with little toys, and it's like they like everything they throw at them because it's the branding. They don't necessarily do things that keeps up with the competition or with what other people might think. It's like it's our way or the highway kind of stuff. And that thing, with the internet, I feel like sort of the way we react gets more democratized. And I feel like with downvoting and like getting ratioed, with leaking information about a Switch OLED 4K, and declining these subscriptions, it's a way to let them know, hey, we're not liking the direction you guys are going. And it's unfortunate, man, because I this past week I have been enjoying playing my Nintendo Switch, playing that Metroid Dread, but
They
gotta get their act straight, man.
Fucking up your finances, man.
Yeah, man. It's like, damn. It's like it's just fucking red every fucking day. I'm like, god damn, chill.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, Chris, have you been playing Dread?
No, I have not. I haven't had time to play it. I do plan to.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, no, I want to get to it. I have the game, obviously. I'll get to it after I beat a ride. It's good. But I keep getting sidetracked by games I got to review. It's like, it's funny. I'm not a game reviewer, but I'm still reviewing games, bro. What's up with that?
Who are you, man?
Yeah.
Yo, man, reviewing games.
You quit the industry and you came back.
They came back. They pulled me back in.
I tried to get out, but they keep on pulling.
Yo, I'm telling you this right now. Some insider shit, right? This is hilarious. So I'm thinking like, oh, I'm gonna be just doing computing writing and shit. I'm like, but it's probably maybe I could review a game maybe after a month or two being on. 2 days into the job, they pulled me into the Slack room for gaming, and it's like, you want to review something? Like, okay, sure. It's crazy, And right now, yes, I am reviewing a game that it has not been released because the last one was Back 4 Blood that had already been released. This one is a legit, like, no one's played this yet. So stay tuned for that. I can't say anything more, but yes, upcoming big game of the fall. There's a lot of big games coming up fall. I could be talking about anything. You don't know. Anyway, let's move on here to the next question, which is from Assyrian Air Force. A couple of things, Assyrian Air Force. You asked us, will Sony ever bring PlayStation to mobile? We already kind of discussed that last week. We answered a similar question. And we already answered a question about online Nintendo. So your question here is, will Sony ever merge PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus? We don't know, but we want it to happen, goddammit. We've been saying this almost as long as this podcast has been around,
As long as PlayStation Now exists as a separate entity, it's a problem because there's no brand cohesion between it. It's like, in other words, it's like a different company that just so happens to have the rights to all of their titles to put them on there. That shouldn't be a thing. You should, and again, like what's happening right now with the Xbox, where you get the whole, you can get the whole caboodle, right? You get your monthly gaming things, and then you can also get all your streaming games and all that stuff. That should all be on the same level. Fuck this piecemeal bullshit where you're like, hey, I'll subscribe to this and then I'll subscribe to this. Even just having PlayStation Plus, they should give you a huge discount on PlayStation Now.
Yeah. I agree.
We've been talking about this, like Manny mentioned, for a long time, even to the part where we're talking about maybe even having PS View when that was a thing.
Oh man, remember that shit?
So it's
cable?
The streaming service, the TV stuff.
Yo, none of this would be a problem, man, if we had the remastering engine, man.
But yeah, yo, man, it's like Game Pass has already shown PlayStation how to do something like this with a Game Pass Ultimate, and I just don't understand why Sony can't do the similar thing. They're not even doing Game Pass because PS Now has slightly variations in its service. But man, just do one and all.
I mean, wait. I think the phrasing there is important, so let's just call a spade what a spade. It's not that they can't do it; it's that they won't do it. And I think that changes the scope of the question a little bit, because the answer kind of becomes, well, why do they have multiple services when they could have one? Because they can, and you pay for each of them.
Well,
you're talking about closing down a stream of revenue, essentially, because if they piecemeal, they can nickel and dime you. If they charge you, $35 a month for, an all-in-one thing, a lot of people are going to balk at that.
What do you guys say?
I don't know.
Sony will balk at it, or people will balk at it.
People will like it, I think. Well,
here's the thing, though.
Sony won't.
PS Now isn't that compelling to a lot of people, and even people joke around the pony down. We got a whole bunch of ponies here, but how many of us are subscribed to PS Now?
Word, exactly. None of us, by the way. That's the answer.
The only time I ever
answer that.
The only time I ever even touched PlayStation Now was when they first revealed it years ago for PlayStation 3. Remember at E3?
That's the only time I played it at E3. Code? Yeah,
we got the code.
Yeah, we get the code. Yeah,
yeah, we got code. Oh, go ahead.
I played more PlayStation Home than I have PlayStation Now.
Oh, that goes for all of us, man.
I'm probably played the most PlayStation Home out of everybody in here.
I don't know, man. I like that thing. I like the idea. It didn't really pan out.
Yeah, I mean, especially I think the biggest part of it was because there was no really in-game chat. Because friggin' PlayStation 3 couldn't do that shit. Yeah. Think about that one, guys. A console that didn't have the ability to do chat. That was PlayStation 3, by the way.
I can't imagine that. And it's called a Nintendo Switch.
Oh, shit. Yeah, but we didn't have a... You know what? We used to do that with the cell phones, too. We just used to call up each other. Yo, man, where are you?
Yeah, man. I think, like I mentioned, we're the target demographic for this, and we're still not subscribed.
Yeah, I'm good. No. I'm good.
But
bro.
I mean, if they, what's the monthly PS Plus value? Is it like $8-10?
It's in the 15.
I think it's 15.
Yeah,
wait,
like
PS Plus is 15 a month?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
They actually went up pretty recently.
Yo, in the chat, let us know, man. I just buy the yearly joint, so I don't know how much it costs a month.
Yeah.
But
I swore it went up from 12 to 15.
I just assumed it was 15.
But yeah, I do a yearly thing too.
Yeah.
Gonna look it up.
Yeah, PlayStation Plus is the longest subscription I've been on ever.
I mean, honestly, man, it's the principle of the thing.
Mine.
It's the principle thing, because I'm going to get it each time they price hike a little bit. I'm like, it's like $20 more over the course of a year. Do I really care?
Damn. Well, by the way, Logic Win says he didn't even know there was a monthly version. He just bought it every year like I did.
Yeah, I do every year. By the way, it's $60 a year.
Yeah, $60.
So
yeah.
It's $5 a month.
No, that's not bad. Shit.
It's not bad at all. I mean, if you say, hey, we're gonna raise it from $5 a month to $15 a month, but here's the kicker: you get PS Now.
Oh, see, that's a different story. Yeah.
That's
there
how
you
they
go.
get you in, because all these people who play, their fall Call of Duties and stuff like that, they're gonna, because they want the multiplayer stuff. They're gonna get into this even if they don't want PS Now.
Yeah,
that's
no,
the
you're right.
rope-a-dope.
No, you're right.
But here's the problem with that, though. I don't see Sony. I mean, we all think of Sony as a pretty, big company, but in terms of the large, Hollywood amounts of money, they're not really necessarily throwing it around the way Microsoft is. I don't know that they have the war chest to be able to set up a sort of streaming subscription to compete with Xboxes, because Xbox has been throwing its entire full weight of its fucking war chest by the literally billions of dollars and not taking a profit for years now. I don't know if Sony can do that.
Wait, but they already have a streaming subscription service.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to throw a lot of money to get content on it.
They already have content on it. They actually have more games on PS Now than they do on Xbox Game Pass.
Really?
Yeah, a lot more. They have like 800 games. You know,
When did this happen?
for years, dude. Where you been, man?
Yeah, the thing about it, the thing about it is, again, they're doing a horrible job of letting people.
That's
letting people
exactly.
know
They don't let people
and,
know. You know.
And then the other part of it is it's not a simple process. It's like you got to keep piecemealing all these different things out. Why is it that why isn't there just a one and done where you just like you get the whole thing? Why do we have to deal with all like, oh, well, now I got to get this? I mean, before they used to have, 3 different subscription services. They had the stupid PlayStation cable service at one point. They had the PlayStation Plus, which was from before, and then they had PlayStation Now. They had 3 of these things, and none of them were all connected.
Yeah.
So you're paying all this additional money on all these different subscriptions from the same thing when you can just literally. It would be much better if they gave you a discount on all of them, and then you just had that one thing. Call it, PlayStation Plus Platinum.
Yeah, right. On brand.
You get all the shit. Yeah, you get all the shit that's. Xbox does it. What was it, Games with Gold? Wasn't that one of their things?
Oh no, Ultimate.
Ultimate.
Game Pass
Yeah.
Ultimate.
Yeah,
So
Ultimate.
basically,
Game Pass
Sony
Ultimate.
has all the tools in place or the pieces in place to have their version of Xbox Game Pass. It's just in different places. They've got to combine them like Voltron. Then you're good to go. You know.
And then the thing about here's a question for you guys out in the chat. Like, have you guys tried out the was it the 6-hour or the 5-hour game trials? Because nobody's actually. I mean, I haven't tried it because I don't have a 5. But has anybody tried any of that out?
I need to try it, man. I need to try it. I really want to test it out just because we talk about it a lot, but it's like I've never actually tried it.
But the thing is, you got to devote like 6 hours and shit. It's like, I don't know. I don't like the way that's implemented at all, man. Like, it would be cool.
Intentionally inconvenient.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it would be cool if it was like 6 hours and you could just, like, hey, after you play 6 hours, no matter when you play it, then you can't access anymore. I would get that, but it's like 6 hours from the instant the download starts. Like, what? This is stupid.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem. It's like
quick shout out.
Who has
Quick shout out to Barry Burton who subscribed. He said, "Throwdown best value," or sub to Throwdown best value.
Yeah,
Thank you.
throw that money around, son.
Yeah. I saw Barry at New York Comic Con. What's up, Barry?
Very nice.
By the way, I finished off the last the last granola bar that you gave me.
Oh,
He usually pops up at my table with with like some water and some granola bars and stuff. Because sometimes especially for me, I can't leave my table very much. So I have somebody helping me out. But yeah, I can't go walk around and get food. So it's nice to have a little something to come in.
I still can't believe that was Mark, man. Did you tell him? Apologize for me, man. Felt very bad about that.
Yeah, I did. I actually saw him over the weekend. I was like, he's like, yeah, I did notice he was a little bit colder to me than usual.
I would have gave him a pound and everything, man. Shit. Yeah, next time you see him, tell him I'm buying him a fucking beer and a beer and a meal. I owe him. I feel so fucking embarrassed by that, man.
Oh.
Anyway,
Hey man, it was technically it was a compliment also. It's like, yo man, you
yeah, you look
like,
good, man. You look good.
You lost so much weight, man. I couldn't recognize
Yeah,
you.
I'm like, yeah, who is this handsome fella next to Manny? No, you're right. That is a compliment. It's like, damn, you lost so much weight, I didn't even recognize you, bro. Anyway,
It's definitely a huge drastic change compared to what he was before. He lost a lot of weight.
that's crazy. Good for him, man. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. Let's move on here. Actually, did we say everything we need to say about play? We could talk about this for another hour.
I'm curious. So like, I may actually, if I've been not wrong about it, fuck it, I'll shell a little bit of money to give it a try. But like, I want to actually ask because I haven't tried it in a few years, or a couple years, so I'll try it again. Like, are all their games, but are all these 800 bullshit games I'm about to try and play, or 800 games on a bullshit service that doesn't work? You better warn me before I spend money.
That's the thing. Actually, you're going to be the canary right now, Brett. Because the thing is, the reason I didn't fuck with it was because it was shitty. But this was like 8 years ago or wherever it was. Maybe it's better now. But it is a good amount of PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and are PS1 and PS2 games available on this as well?
I'm
going to assume so.
PS5 games are on there, Tony.
No, it's a PS4, PS3, and PS2.
Yeah, okay, there you
that
go.
noise.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Well,
That's part of the reason I
Brett,
didn't subscribe.
I got something for you.
What's that?
Fallout 76 is on it.
Yep, I already
Well,
know
here-
Fallout 76
here's
on
the-
Game Pass.
Here's the other thing. A lot of the games, most of the games, at least the ones that actually work on it, actually you download those games. So like in other words, if it's Fallout 76, that's for PlayStation 5, you actually get that. You can you download it and install it like you would a normal game. The only ones that are like streaming games are most of the PlayStation 3 library, and then I think some of the 2 library.
Yeah, I mean that's totally cool for some people. Like I'm not digging into my backlog from PS3. It ain't worth it for me. Not talking shit on the service. Just nope. I'm tapping out of Canary volunteering.
So here's the price model for PS Now. It's $9.99 for a one, like if you just do monthly, $24.99 for 3 months, $59.99 for 12 months. So you essentially, if you get it for a year, you pay $5 a month like you do for PlayStation Plus, which is a good deal considering how much it is for just the monthly, which is just half of it. But yeah, I don't know. I need to try out the service because I don't even know if it's good.
And
Brett, oh, good.
I think I remember also some of the games were not. They only just upgraded their thing to run at 1080, the streaming service.
Yeah, just did that. Yeah.
Here's something. They have Red Dead Redemption 2 is on it, but it's only available until November 1st.
Oh shit.
How much does it cost to buy a digital copy of Red Dead Redemption 2?
Red Dead Redemption.
Like $60, right?
Yeah, it's not one of those that goes down, I think. Let me go to
Yeah, this is Rockstar games. They don't go down in price digitally.
I mean, GTA did.
Yeah. Oh, did? Okay, maybe there's some. Dude, Brett, remember back in the day when like Vice City came out, GTA 3 was still on sale at full price? That shit was crazy, man.
$30 on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. How much is it on PlayStation's digital network?
Well, that's too
Let's
much.
look it up. It's probably $60. I wouldn't be surprised.
That would be bullshit.
Yeah.
Blitz, what's going on, brother? All right. Actually, I could do make. Actually, I'll check that for you, Brett. Hold on. Give me a sec here. We're filling up time. Oh, wait. Do I have it ready? Fuck. I don't have it in my browser history because I had a new PC. God damn it.
Bro.
Yes, I my browser. Fuck.
I tried to sign to my profile and it was my data was breached, and then I started getting calls.
Hey, don't wish that on Adam.
Yeah, don't. Without him, you don't know.
It already happened.
Yeah.
Remember when he was telling you, he's like, yeah, you gotta go to the Apple, and it tells you like how many things have been compromised, and all of my passwords got compromised, and
yeah, that did happen to him already. Oh, Brett.
It's on sale for $24.59,
shit.
but it's normally $60.
Normally 60. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Fucking Rockstar, Damn. All right, I think we're done with that one. Again, this is a subject we go on for a while. What are we up to right now? Actually, okay. We this is the final question of the night too, man.
Excuse me.
So if anybody wants to ask us anything right now in the chat, let us know. But Logic Wins, he did ask us a question, which I'm going to say right now, Logic Wins, respect to you, brother, we cannot answer this question. He basically asked us, is gaming media becoming too political? The fact that we don't feel comfortable answering this question lets you know what the answer is. Let's just say some of us enjoy being employed within the games media, so we will not be answering that. Unfortunately. So I think that non-answer gives you your answer. All right, so we'll move on to this next question. All right, brother, thanks for understanding, man. Mob Hits, I sponsored this one. Fuck it, man. Why not? What racing games from the 32-bit era do you want to see come back?
32.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's funny because I haven't played racing games in the 32-bit. Oh wait, no.
Road Rash, baby. That was on 30. That was on 3DO. Yep.
That was on 3DO. You know what? Yeah, let's go with Road Rash.
There you go. That's my answer too.
I've always been a fan of sort of like non-straight racing sort of games. You know, where you essentially, kind of like Burnout, where you literally can beat up the other cars.
Yeah, man.
Do something, something a little more than just like driving through flags.
Yeah. Ridge Racer. That's a 32-bit game.
I mean, Ridge Racers always had an interesting following to it. I mean, I don't know what the deal was with it because it never interested me that much. Other than like it had some interesting music in it, but
Yeah. Brian, get in here, man. You're Mr. Racing Games.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I never really
that's what Ridge Racer.
Oh, we're all talking at the same time. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, I just never touched 32-bit racing games because I was too young for that, so I don't really know. But I would like to see a F-Zero game because I think that they've just not had enough of those. Like, I don't think the Switch has an F-Zero game, right?
Here's the thing. That one racing game, people wanted it to be F-Zero, but it wasn't. It was a launch game for Switch.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Yeah, people were like, why the fuck isn't that F-Zero?
What about Wipeout? You liked those games? Those were 32 era games.
Brian, did you like Wipeout?
Right?
I never liked Wipeout.
Uh-oh.
I just thought that the whatever things you call them just handled really weird, and I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah, the hovercrafts they had in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Manny, you're right. What am I talking about? Daytona, Sega Rally. No, seriously, we already got a bunch of rally games, so we don't need that back, to be honest. But Daytona would be cool, even though it would be kind of out of place in the modern world. Yeah,
it's a weird dichotomy because it's like it's an arcade sort of racing game because Daytona is not like simulation. But when you have a bunch of simulation games that already sort of do that same sort of idea, so it's interesting.
Yeah, like Sega Rally would be cool, but we already kind of have that with Dirt, They kind of do a good job of filling that void, but like Daytona, yeah, like I would personally love it to be back, but I don't think it would fit in the modern racing world, modern racing game world. But that's my pick. My pick is actually Daytona. Daytona, let's go away. And Roaring Star, man, that game was good. Motor Raid, okay. Now Outrun was not 32-bit, but that was a good one.
I mean, the only thing that comes to mind is what's it called, Mario Kart, but we get plenty of those.
Yeah, every generation has those.
Every generation has one of those.
Well, we haven't had one this generation.
We just keep reprinting the old one.
It's like let's release the Wii U one.
Isn't that still the best selling game on Switch?
Oh yeah. I don't know about what's it called, the one that came out last year, the one that everyone likes that is kind of stupid.
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That may be it now.
Yeah, probably that one or Mario.
I love the fact you say, "Oh yeah, that Nintendo game that's stupid." I came out, but I instantly knew what you were talking about.
I still for the life of me, I do not get why this game is so popular.
I don't get it either.
But I guess I'm turning into a boomer now. But
virtual racing, you mean virtual? There's no L in that. Virtual. It was cool for like an experiment,
Yeah. I'd rather have Daytona USA.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's kind of like because virtual racing is. I mean, Daytona is sort of like the next evolution of what virtual racing was.
Yeah.
I only remember playing that in the arcades. Was it Daytona?
Daytona, yeah. I mean, they had it on Sega Saturn too, and they even brought it back for Xbox 360.
It was on PlayStation 2 as well. They made like an alternate, like a version of it that had a bunch of cars.
Yeah.
And things in it.
Yeah. Back in the day, they used to have the 8 cabinets networked. To have the big.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man,
I love those. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
Great.
Logic Wing goes a bit off topic, but what happened to story mode racing games? They got rid of them because they're stupid. I was playing. It was just called Need for Speed, and when it came out in like 2016, I believe, it was trying to be like their version or like a throwback to Need for Speed Underground 2, and it had this big story in it with like FMV characters and everything. I'm like, yeah, you need to get rid of this shit. This is stupid, you know. Like, just give me cars, let me race. You don't need a story in racing games. Some of them were cool back in the day, like Underground 2 and whatchamacallit, Midnight Club. But it was like a novelty thing. It wasn't like a real thing, you know?
Yeah, like, I mean,
yeah.
Like, Road Rash had somewhat of a story, but not enough to, like, it wasn't very deep. It was just like, hey, you're racing.
Yeah, most racing game stories now are just like, hey, you're part of this event. You know, unlock this to get that. You know, Forza Horizon does that. Dirt does that, you know? You've gone up the championship. They always sound like that, too, those guys, you know? Keep climbing the ladder.
Great.
Yeah. Oh, but now the real challenge begins.
Shit.
And then have some fucking modern music I don't care for. You know? All right. And
Hey, Tony.
What's up, bro?
Before you go on that, I just read an article that D-Brand pulled their dark plates from sale. The dark plates.
Oh, yes. I heard about that.
I'm glad I got in before it was too late.
Yeah,
that was they've been having those guys have been having a lot of issues with Sony in general. Like, they had their plates pulled before.
Well, maybe maybe telling Sony a fuck you, we're gonna keep releasing them anyway. Maybe that wasn't a good idea, you know.
Well, yeah,
that's what they did, you know.
Well, yeah, they told them they had to stop. They told Sony fuck you, and then Sony sued them.
Yeah, like that. Kind of how these things work, bro.
Or issued legal threats. Excuse me.
By the way, that was
bullshit.
Yeah, but we could just ramble off about whatever. Now the show is over. Like, we don't have any more questions.
You know what? They really, Sony should just get on the fucking ball and start making some goddamn plates.
Yeah, how about that?
Come on, wake the fuck up, man.
Oh.
You got these plates that come right off the damn thing, so just start selling the different colored ones. What, the console's is a year old now, right?
No, next month is going to be a year old.
Yeah, next month is going to be a year old. So come on, throw some plates out there. Fucking Microsoft back in the day with the 360, they were right on top of that shit. They made that thing modular as fuck. You could take the front off, you could take the sides off, you could and buy new ones.
Yeah, man, but that would ruin it when they go to sell black PlayStations for another $500 next year.
Oh yeah, when they call it when they put the word plus after it, right?
Yeah, or call it something like Onyx Edition.
So, Carlos, those plates that you have on yours, those are D brand?
Yes.
Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Now that people can see it. Yeah, that shit looks slick. Hope your PlayStation doesn't burn up, though.
Why are they gonna burn up?
Because it's black, man. It absorbs sunlight.
Why gotta be black?
He got in a dark room.
Yeah, exactly. You all saw that Viva Perudo, right?
That say it's protecting it just in case something goes bad.
Yeah.
You wipe some of it on the actual consoles to keep it nice and cool.
Yeah. Oh, just being in proximity of it, man.
That's right. Yeah, it's gonna ensure all your consoles
off evil spirits too.
By the way, did you guys see that they're actually selling the Xbox mini fridge to the public now?
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they actually mentioned that not long ago.
Yeah, but I think they went on sale. I mean, I saw the announcement on Friday. That's when I saw it. But yeah,
they said a while ago that they were going to do it, but yeah, but I don't know I don't think it's the same ones that Paris and those guys got. It's actually a different fridge.
Oh, is it?
What they had. Yeah, it's actually slightly different than it. I don't know what the difference is. Maybe there's more space in them or whatever it is, but yeah, it's actually different than them.
Yeah, so check this out. So this news came out 2 days ago. It says Microsoft's Xbox Series X mini fridge starts pre-orders on October 19th, which is 2 days from now. Cool. 2 days, yeah.
So you can get yourself a fridge.
What's different about it? I'm looking at pictures now. It looks exactly the same.
The interior of it is actually different.
What's different about it?
How many drinks it actually holds.
Oh, well, you got to give me a comparison because I'm looking at it now. I'm like, this should look exactly the same.
You got to I gotta look at it to see what it is. But as I remember, there was some difference between them.
Yeah, but hey, listen, as long as it keeps your shit cold, right? So.
Well, I mean, because I remember the other one had only held a certain amount of drinks inside of it. And then I think the one that Paris has also has the Rock's drink logo on it too.
This
Because
one
it was a joint.
This one
Oh,
can
go ahead.
hold up to 12 cans,
Ah, okay.
and it's $100.
That's actually not bad.
That's not bad for a little miniature fridge.
Yeah. You could buy it and pretend you have an Xbox, you know, since you still can't find that console either, you know.
Will it be easier to get the fake Xbox than it is to get the actual Xbox?
Probably.
That shit is
It's
crazy.
it's half the price of an Xbox. Oh no, it's not even. It's not half. Never mind.
Yeah, it's like 1/5 the
interior.
price, you know,
Yeah.
or
The
one
interior is green.
20% the price. Yeah. It's green, man. It keeps it green. Keeps your drinks green.
Yeah, this one does not come with the Rock's drink though.
Yeah, no.
Whatever the hell it was called.
I
It's
wonder
the
if
energy drink.
I wonder if the top it actually lights up on this one. You know, the green part.
Yeah.
I think maybe the inside of it glows because of the the way it because obviously like most fridges they have that, but maybe that could also be fake too.
So it's going to be available to pre-order on the 19th, which is Tuesday.
Yeah.
And they partnered with Target or Target, GameStop. Oh no, these are just different regions, but in the U.S. it's just Target.
Oh,
So I
okay.
guess
Yo, hold up, man. Shout out to
Yeah.
Fergus Mills showing up in the chat right now. You know,
Yo, shout out to Fergus Mills, man.
he made that PlayStation 5 that you see on screen possible, man.
Oh,
Not the-
okay. So
Not
okay.
the DRAM, but the
So I'm looking at
yeah.
at the previous fridge. Yeah, the new one that they actually have is actually a lot nicer than it. It has the curved roof, the curved top, like the real Xbox Series X, and it also has it actually holds more drinks than the other one does.
Oh, so it's better than.
Yeah, it's actually better than that one.
is the butter version.
Yeah, yo, man, them chump ass journals got the weak one then, man. We get the real shit.
I mean, it also looks like this one has a glowing logo on the front too. The other
And
one
on the
didn't
top.
have that either. Yep.
By the way, I'm surprised to all hell that one, the Adam Vale, prominent figure in Throwdown, he hasn't said anything about this. This just seems like something that he would go crazy over.
Yeah, you figured he'd be like blowing up our phone right now. You know, yo. Actually, no. Knowing Adam, he probably will text us about this tomorrow. You know.
Or he when he gets the email.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like if anything, what'll probably happen is that because I know he said he would wanted it before,
Yeah.
if it came out. So maybe he doesn't know about it right now. But
Let me text him.
who knows?
Oh shit, Fergus Mills
Yo,
with some
Adam,
questions. We will keep this show going. Yo, Fergus, we're about to end the show, bro. We were about to end the show
Yeah,
because we
man.
didn't get a lot of questions. So you just saved us, man.
Yo, man, we were just vamping along before we headed out.
Yeah, I was about
There
to
you
just
go.
keep it going for another 5 minutes and then call it a day. You know, I gotta ask you guys how to get into some stonks. Yeah, because I gotta ask you guys some questions after the show, bro. This is serious right now, man. But let's answer some of these questions here. I'll get the chirons up when I get them up. All right, first question for Mr. Fergus Mills. What games that are supposed to be coming out next year do you think will be delayed into possibly 2023?
Oh shit.
All of them.
That's a good question.
Yeah. I wouldn't be. Yeah.
God of War is a candidate. Oh no. I know.
Oh.
Gran Turismo.
Oh, that. You already know. You already know that's gonna get delayed. I think Horizon God of War probably will come out. That'll be a heavy year for Sony though. Both of them come out. Excuse me.
Horizon is early, like February.
Yeah, February.
2022?
Yeah.
So yeah, that one I don't think that's gonna get delayed to 2023. God of War, we still have yet. Did we get We got a year, or did we get a date?
We didn't get a date. We got a year last time too. You know.
Yeah, so that could be one. Another dark horse candidate is Starfield.
Oh yeah, that could be that because that's coming out in November, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how many.
I got another one. Abandoned.
How many?
Yo, by the way, you guys saw that statement they put out?
Oh, the game's not coming out.
No, as I predicted, these guys, and obviously I'm not condoning this shit. As I predicted, these guys are getting death threats.
Oh man.
Yeah, man.
So they had to put out a statement. They had to put out a statement going, "Yo, we're still chugging along, but this shit is getting to us."
Here's the thing about it. They started the shit, and now they're backpedaling.
And here's the interesting thing, Manny. They actually admitted that they did bring it in onto themselves. They actually admitted it in that little statement they put out.
Because they tried to push the narrative that they were a Kojima game when they really weren't, and nobody told them anything against this. That's a fucking slippery slope. You're already setting people's expectations by essentially implying that you're some sort of this sort of thing. I've never seen any other studio do this before, to try in an effort to get attention for their game.
Obviously, you feel for the people because death threats are never cool.
No, they're not.
Yeah, obviously we're not condoning this shit. I'm just saying, like, you guys kind of brought this on yourselves too.
Yeah, it's also it's like if you go to a pit full of snakes, then what do you expect? You're not gonna get bitten.
Yeah, especially nowadays, like you cannot be testing people like that these days, man. People are crazy now. But anyway, what other games are probably gonna get delayed? Again, there's so many games coming out next year. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, we have like the plethora of the games that we know of are coming out first part of the year. So I don't think any of those are going to get delayed till 2023.
No. Yeah.
It's more of like just a general. Here's a huge game 2023. If Fable had a 2022 date, then that's going to get delayed to 2023.
Oh, absolutely.
But I don't know if that got a 2022 date.
Yeah.
Halo's going to get. Barry Burns said agent.
Oh, agent. Well, they already took that off the website, bro.
Oh, dirt! Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones.
It delayed indefinitely.
Oh man, yeah. Skull and Bones.
What is it? Singapore?
Yeah.
Singapore is like, motherfucker, that shit's coming out. That better come out.
Oh, Blitz says that he thinks Halo's campaign is going to be delayed this year. Ooh, I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. But yeah, like Carl said, we only really know the games that are coming out the first half of the year. So it's hard to make that.
Cyberpunk 2077 upgrade.
Oh man.
Yeah, that shit ain't coming out this year, man. Unless like it come like a surprise or something, but I doubt it.
Hey, yo, Carlos.
Oh.
I got the Cyberpunk 2077 upgrade last week.
My
PC. I got that shit. Oh man.
Did you play that in 4K or yeah, right?
Yeah, when I was doing my test, 4K, like 70-ish frames, RTX, man, I was going crazy. Here's the funny thing: when I dropped it down to 1440p, I went down to 30 frames. Like, wait, what? This doesn't make any sense. That game's so badly optimized, man. It really is, Because normally when you lower the fucking resolution, the frame rate goes up, But Cyberpunk, it plays by its own rules,
Did you have DLSS on?
Oh yeah, I had that on.
Did you remember what preset it was on?
I think I had it on the whatever because they actually had like higher versions of it or whatever.
Yeah, there's like balance, there's quality, and then there's performance, I think.
Yeah. I don't remember which one I picked. But I try to go for balanced,
Okay.
But I did tweak some stuff, and I did get the frame rate, so I at least stayed 60, because it was bouncing around. Yeah.
Did you use the Digital Foundry video as a reference?
No, I actually used somebody else's reference, like a more recent video.
Yeah, man, because the Digital Foundry one was from last year.
Yeah. All right, I'll send you my settings. Yeah, because again, when I just cranked everything up, even with my graphics card, it was like 50 frames. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
And then I did some tweaks, and I was 60. I'm like, okay, that's good. We can stay with that. All right. Let's move on. Last question of the night. Oh boy. All right.
Oh, shit.
Which modern game, or actually, what games that you played in the last 5 years had the worst controls? So modern-ish game, last gen game, basically. You know.
You know what? I actually have a question based on this question that I want to ask Tony because I really don't understand. What makes bad controls?
That's a good. I'm glad you asked it because, controls are kind of subjective to the person, aren't they? You know.
I would say the like how quickly the characters react to you performing an action on a screen, like latency issues, maybe whether that be within the game or what through whatever way you're running it or whatever way is actually in the game. I feel like some games we've sort of forgiven that issue, and sometimes controls can be a little bit fiddly.
Yeah, that's one metric. Another metric could be like if the controls are just overly complicated for no reason. That could also be another thing. There's a lot of this is good. We're breaking down the factors that could contribute to making bad controls.
I would say as much as I enjoyed the Death Stranding, I would have to say that it suffers from bad controller layout. Just like Metal Gear Solid 5, there's just way too much shit that's been put onto different buttons within that game.
Yeah, like single buttons will have multiple operations or whatever.
Have multiple operations and stuff like that. I feel like both MGS 5 and Death Stranding both have that same issue. They're overly complicated than what they need to be.
Yep. Logic Windows, every game on Switch has bad controls because of the Joy-Con drift.
I mean, back in the day, I remember whenever I used to try to check, check how quickly a character would move compared to what you do, the actions that you perform on the screen.
Yeah, Brian, what do you think makes for bad controls?
That's the thing. I have no idea since I've never really found there to be quote unquote bad controls. Just controls that don't seem to make much sense. So does that count as bad controls?
Yeah, I would count that. Yeah.
I think it was one of the. I think it was like Lost Planet 2's default settings. It's like a run, you had to do like some weird combination of things and made no sense. Any game that would it matter? Well, would it count if there was a game where you had to like use both analog sticks and one of the face buttons in order to run? That counts as like bad controls because again you're having like your two thumbs and your index finger. It's like okay.
I would consider that because I know what some games do. I'm like, why are you doing this? If I got two thumbs here, I should then make the run button one of the triggers or something. So I would agree with that. But for me, I kind of go with like the more traditional ones. Like if I press a button, nothing happens. That's bad controls. Or just doesn't respond. But again, there's different instances. Like for example, Manny, you were talking about latency, like Red Dead Redemption 2, which I don't think has bad controls. But if you press a direction, there's a certain animation you have to go through. But it works within that game. But if you put those exact controls into another game, it would be bad. Like a faster type of game.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's not even the animation. It takes a while for the characters to sort of rev up to wherever you like when you want to go to a direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like sometimes, especially when it comes to reacting, I feel like there's always that point where and I noticed this from a lot of Rockstar games. I actually think Rockstar games don't control very well.
Yeah, Rockstar controls is what I call them.
Yeah, where they don't react exactly to what you're doing right away. You sort of adjust to whatever the character does, as opposed to things happening instantly.
Yeah,
that's a good point because that's the first thing that came to my mind was the Red Dead Redemption and the GTA stuff because sometimes a game only allows itself to use freaking auto aim on those fucking games.
Yeah,
because fucking aiming is almost impossible.
Yeah, like I remember, with Red Dead 2 and GTA 5, you're right. Like when I'm like auto aim, turn that shit off, and then it's like, oh no, turn it back on. Because you're right, it's impossible. It's impossible to shoot in those games.
Yeah, so I think I would consider those as honestly, I would consider those as bad controls because they don't. It's like it feels like they didn't put that much effort into into the aiming system.
Yeah,
I think that's an afterthought. So we're just gonna make it auto aim.
I think they need to update their controls. Like again, I'm fine with them, but they need to be modernized. But Bliss says any game that uses mouse and keyboard is bad controls. Oh man!
Damn.
You tell that to when you get your ass whipped by one of those guys playing one of those cross titles.
Yeah,
and they'll whip your ass with that fucking mouse.
Yeah, sometimes depending on what it's give and take. You aim much better, but you move much worse.
Yeah, because of the here we go, yo.
Generally, yeah.
Okay, can you give examples? Because I'd like to know.
Like examples of games that I've noticed this in?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's one of the reasons I threw a controller on Ark.
Okay. Anything else?
Brian.
No, not.
I'm just wondering. This is not okay. I'm not being combative. I'm just wondering because again, I've not had that experience.
It's about variable speed. The speed on PC when you're moving is on or off. There's no slowdown. You can't go around a corner slowly. You can't do locomotion as well. It's just the limitation of an analog thing.
Yeah.
Unless you bind the other key, in which case you can go a total of 2 speeds.
Yeah, Brett
that.
brings up a good point. Yeah, I think I agree with that actually. Because I mean, the moving keys for PC is WASD, and they're just they're digital. It's not analog like it is in a thumbstick. So, I will give Brett that credit.
Yeah, that's all I was saying. I'm still most of the time, yeah, but like it depends. Like I personally like playing shotgunner classes, which I prefer jukes more than aim on it, because I'm pretty much using a shotgun like a melee weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like yeah, man, if you're sniping or doing like an assault rifle or something like that, yeah, 90% of the time you are in a much better position with the mouse and keyboard. Just saying, you don't have the jukes. It's incredibly frustrating going from controller to keyboard on Skyrim. I can tell you that much.
Okay, I just never played Skyrim with the controller, so I wouldn't know. I played it all with mouse and keyboard.
I'm also one of those people, like, to me that feels like an immersion breaking thing too. Like that's just a personal bit though. But yeah, like the fact that I just kind of like spastically brake full speed in one direction every time I move, like man, that shit kills me. And when they do that, like I especially notice if they ever do that shit in video games where like, oh, there's no variable speed and suddenly you're running, I will not play that game. Cannot do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially if they're doing that shit on consoles. Fuck you.
Yeah. I can see that. Again, just that most of the games that I play, going slow means that you're dead. So, yeah, like Warframe, like walking in Warframe, you're pretty much guaranteed to die. Like you have to be playing like a literal ninja and literally bouncing off the walls. And I mean that in the actual sense of the word, literal. I mean, you wall grab, you bounce off the wall, flip twice, and then bounce off the other wall and flip over. You pretty much have to do that to like stay alive. So, yeah. So.
Yep. No, and again, that's you're playing these really fast-paced kind of Twitch reaction games. Like the ones I really noticed on, like I much prefer like controllers on survival games where like Ark or Rust or that kind of shit, because you can creep slowly and methodically, and usually ammo is an issue. But yeah, man, any action game, like yeah, no, totally get it. But any melee game, man, I enjoy a controller better.
All right. Anybody else bad controls? Like I can't
generally agree that
yeah.
The last game I remember I had real problem with the controls, but this has gone back past 5 years, was the Kid Icarus on 3DS.
Uh-oh.
That game has terrible controls, man.
Yeah.
That shit cramped my hands in like 2 seconds of playing it.
Yeah, I mean, playing action games on 3DS is pretty brutal. Like I remember Samus Returns, the games I loved, which needs to be ported to Switch. I was like, you know.
Yeah, you get the claw hands.
Yeah.
But Kid Icarus, like something about like it was stupid the way the thumbstick was arranged and how you had to like fly versus running. Like he had ground controls and he had flying controls, and it's like fucking make this consistent. It was so stupid.
Oh man, that sounds annoying. All right, man. I think that's it. Good show. Oh, Manny, we have good resolution for you tonight. So plug your stuff. Let people see your wonderful works.
Yes. So first off, we have Star Wars: War of the Bounty Hunters Bosch that came out pretty not long ago. Guess got the comp copy for that, so that's out right now in stores. This is where you're following the character Bosch, who's Princess Leia was dressed up as in Return of the Jedi, but apparently that was a real character. So this is that bounty hunter story. Next week, Nubia and the Amazons with me, Aletha Martinez, Stephanie Williams, Mark Morales, Aletha Martinez. So it's all of us doing our thing with the Nubia series. This is going to be an ongoing series for now. And then obviously Excellence number 11, which is out already in stores. So if you want to pick that one out, we're working on 12 right now. So and then I got some editorial articles that I did, editorial illustrations I did for Inverse.com, which are supposed to be showing up really soon. So I did about 3 illustrations. So those should be coming up pretty soon next week. And I got a bunch of other stuff, some really cool things that are going to be coming up, that are due toward the end of the month for me. So it's going to be coming up real good. So check all that stuff out when they come out. And also Green Ranger says you should too.
There you go. Hey, and if you want to stay updated with everything Walking Dead, go to I Am Negan on Spotify. We got the Nuke. We got this. We got that.
We got the Coalition. Here's a podcast with me and Richard Bailey Jr.
And we got Carlos, man. We got to get him on the main show.
Gotta get him up. No, we gotta get him on the spinoffs.
We gotta get him spinoffs
on the Walking Dead proper. But when are you gonna join, Carlos?
When you gonna join? Why do you want to join? Why do you want to join, Carlos? I just want you to join. You ain't joining.
You ain't joining. Gotta have something.
Yo, man. You remember that one time with Julio?
Hey, Manny, you remember Jose? Oh no, that's an easy one. But Manny, you remember?
You mean my brother? Jose?
Yeah, I was like,
yo, you remember Danny? You remember our cousin Danny? Oh man,
you do have a cousin Danny.
Yeah, was he the one I met when we went to the theater? It was another one.
Yes, you did. Yeah, when we went to see Expendables.
We see Expendables. Chris was there too. That was a good time, man.
Yep,
that's right. Yeah,
that was the Astoria Theater.
Yeah,
near Silver Cup and all that.
I remember we went to Applebee's. We went to Applebee's afterwards. Yeah, that's it, man. That was good stuff, man. Good times. I remember every single time Terry Crews pulled out that big super gun, me and Chris just died laughing because we just so over the top,
Yo, he blew up a whole fucking encampment tower with that shit. It was like, you remember in Predator when that guy shot the grenades up?
Yes.
Multiply that by like 1,000. He was just destroying everything.
That shit was crazy.
Man, if they ever make a G.I. Joe movie, come on, put Terry Crews.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
A Roadblock, he'd be
absolutely
perfect. Yeah, he has to be. All right, man. So we are done here. So make sure you follow Throwdown on Twitch and Twitter, and subscribe to us on YouTube, and join the Discord, where mob hits will always hit you with them crazy ass rumors.
Oh, I gotta interrupt the outro.
Oh no!
I got to plug. So I did podcast with Dana today. We talked about Halloween Kills.
Oh, okay.
Whoa,
yeah, so you can check that out on the Coalition later this week. Yeah, we dissected that movie. I'll say this: get a free trial of Peacock and watch that movie.
Yeah, I heard it was bad. I heard the movie was trash.
I mean, I don't understand how the same people made the 2018 movie made this movie. I was like, what?
Yeah, the 2018 movie was good.
Yeah. Same people,
But-
but
That's crazy.
This was trash.
By the way, something comes out this upcoming week that we're probably gonna be doing a podcast on.
Oh yes.
yeah.
Manny, we got to discuss
So
that, by the way.
Yeah, because I'm coming up for that shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Last thing tonight.
It's already made $130 million worldwide. It hasn't. Yeah, and it hasn't. Yeah, we're talking about Dune, by the way. The movie hasn't even come out in America or China yet.
You know what they did? You know why they did that, right?
I know.
Because Europe is more open to that shit than the United States. If that opened here in the States, everybody would be like, "What's this Dune stuff?"
Yeah, but
So
now
they see-
now these motherfuckers looking like, oh, that movie's made a ton of money. I gotta go see this shit now. You know, I gotta see that they got a nuke.
I want to see if they have the rolling.
Yeah, and I think that's a smart tactic. They're like, hey, if the Americans see that this movie's making money, they're gonna want to go see it.
They used to do that years ago with movies. Like that's how Evil Dead did really well. Like Evil Dead was originally released in Europe first,
Yeah.
in England first, and then it came to the States. Same thing with quite a bit. Mad Max also came out
Yes, right.
everywhere else here.
Yeah.
Original Mad Max or Fury Road?
Original Mad Max, Fury Road came out here.
You're talking about Road Warrior, right?
Yeah, the Road Warrior. Yeah.
Yeah, Road Warrior. Yeah. All right, so yeah, go check out Chris and Dana talking about the new Halloween Kills, right? Is that what it's called?
Halloween Kills.
Yeah.
Good stuff, right? Yeah. Anyway, Throwdown on any podcast app. Throwdown Show, 2 words, Throwdown Show, and you can visit throwdownshow.com to listen to past episodes. And if you are on YouTube and you enjoyed the content, make sure you hit like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified. And also leave comments, and all that good stuff. All that stuff helps because YouTube is struggling. Anyway, links to everything down below. Once again, I was your host, Tony Polanco. And tonight, I was joined by Emilio Lopez,
See you next time.
Chris Seeley,
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero,
Peace out.
Brett Murdoch.
Deuces. Hey, check out the Amazon sale. Quality games on sale.
Ooh, I will do that.
On sale.
They got games? All right.
You got games on?
And of course, Brian Manjoma.
Rest in peace, Why the Last Man.
Oh.
Season 2 was cancelled.
Oh, yes.
Damn, already!
Right.
Yeah.
I think you mispronounced Burn in Hell.
Oh,
Oh,
wow,
Yeah, that
already.
shit got canned. Yeah, it got canned.
Well, they shouldn't have fucked with it then, man. Oh, well. There you go.
So it went broke.
Leave it there. All right,
Who
guys.
knows why?
Yeah, we'll see you on Thursday, man. Peace out.
Later.
Peace.